Hello and welcome to a very special Happiness is Egg-Shaped, all for DoddieAid. That's right, we are back and we have a very special guest who is doing a very special thing with some other very special people to raise funds and awareness for the My Name'5 Doddie Foundation, because we've got to find a cure. Remember, it's not incurable, it's just underfunded. This man packed a punch. Well, packed some big tackles. Welsh international, played in England, in Wales, in his homeland, played in France, and now is on his bike. Quite literally, we are doing this with him on his bike in training for the Doddie 500, Murrayfield to Cardiff, for the Principality, for the Doddie Cup. What a man. Let's bring him in, the one and the only, Mr. Alix Popham. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, and allowing me to still do my training and talk to you at the same time.
Who says men can't multitask? He's on his bike and he's doing a podcast.
You think I'm on my bike? I'm just moving my head like this. I'm not really on my bike, honest.
So you're gearing up for the Doddie 500, Murrayfield to Cardiff. At least you know how you're getting your bike home. Duncan Hodge is a little bit worried about how he's getting his bike back to Edinburgh.
Yeah, I've had a couple of texts with Duncan because we played together at Leeds. But yeah, we got the other problem of how we're getting to Edinburgh. So we had a meeting on Tuesday night. Supposed to be the 7 of us, the 7 team Dragons. Only 4 turned up, so that was a good start. And just talking through logistics and how we're going to do it. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. We just got sent through the weather forecast, the terrain, even the bloody wind. For the event is going to be horrendous. So I think it's going to be 48 hours of hell. And let's just get to Cardiff as quick as we can.
I love it. So talk us through, who are your teammates?
So first signed up was Colin Jarvis, strong cyclist. I did the Ram ride across America with him a few years back. Then we've got Ian Goff, who's an Ironman himself. So again, has kept fit after finishing playing. And then our 4th cyclist was brought in from a friend of mine, Rupert Moon. I was talking to about doing it, and he tactically subbed in Anthony Copsey, as he's a very strong cyclist. And he's really pleased to get involved to raise money for a great charity. There was one thing when we were putting all this together, the website photos, we were quite chuffed to find a colour photo of Anthony Copsey, because the majority of them were black and white.
I love it. The stick never ends. Now, none of you are small humans. To be on a bike and doing endurance stuff, that's pretty big ask.
Well, I purposely chose the team, and I don't know if we're going to pay for that come 36 hours into the event, but I wanted all forwards. I wanted no weak links, and I think we're a special group, the forwards, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of fun on the fun bus.
And it's pretty competitive. I know Dean Ryan's team that's got your mate in it, Duncan Hodge and Jackie Joyner, and that team's looking pretty sharp. They're up for this.
Oh yeah, some really good athletes in it, even though we're all getting old. But it's more than that. It's about people coming together to raise money for a great cause, for a great person. And I think it just sums up what rugby is all about, the rugby family coming together and supporting one of their own.
And Doddie he's a pretty special character. We know and love him. And you've got a brilliant Doddie story from when photos were probably just about colour.
Yeah, 90, when was it? 97 it was. So I was going over to South Africa with a Welsh College's team. I was 17 years of age. Doddie had got injured on the Lions tour, that famous Living with the Lions video that I think everyone fell in love with Doddie on that tour. So he had flown home, but he was flying back for some entertainment and hospitality. And as a 17-year-old, we were all chuffed to bits to be on the plane with Doddie, we are the Lion. And he came and sat with us for hours and chatted with us. And I just thought, wow, he's got time for everybody. What an amazing man. And yeah, he was brilliant on that plane, and what he's done with them with his career, and even through this diagnosis and his illness, he's been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've done a lot of charity work. You've got a voice. You're willing to speak up and say we need to do something about various causes. But this one, was it that moment in '97 that triggered it, or is it just you see one of your own in need?
I think a bit of both, really. I think because after meeting him on that plane, and I've met him after that at events and things like that, most probably played against him for various teams I played for and he played for, but he just had such an impression on me. But then it's the rugby family coming together for this that, excuse the pun, that it was a no-brainer. And when somebody asks, when your brother asks to help and support, of course you're going to say yes.
Brilliant.
And then you look at the challenge after.
Yeah, then you think about it. So when you get up to Murrayfield, the motivation will be being amongst your mates and some new friends that no doubt you'll build some bonds with. How much are you looking forward to rolling into the Principality?
Well, we first got to get there. So we've got a big Winnebago that sleeps 6, but there's 7 of us. So there's a challenge from the start. We've got to get the bikes. We've got to get the Welsh cakes and supplements and food up to Edinburgh. So that's going to be fun. And we've decided to go for a curry on the Wednesday night before we start on the Thursday. So I think there's going to be a lot of fun even before the event starts. But hopefully everybody comes through and gets to Cardiff safely, raising lots of money for the DoddieAid Foundation. And yeah, we have a great time in Cardiff, celebrate as a group getting there, and a big achievement in that, and then go and enjoy Wales beating Scotland in Cardiff.
Hey, be careful, Alex. Let's not fall out.
I thought I get it in first. So.
Who's the danger man on the curry night? Who's going to pull the pin and possibly not be at the start line?
Oh, there's a few. That's a problem. I think we may have to call only curry and no beers.
That's not going to happen. There's no way that's happening.
No. We'll wait and see. Like I said, we got a few great characters. Matt Dwyer, who's an ex-Osprey hooker, ex-Army. He's part of the crew. He's already got the Army rations for us, for supplies, head torches, night vision. We've got it all.
It's so good. How much do you take inspiration from? We were talking off air about Mark Beaumont, but also guys like Rob Wainwright, who is just mad as a box of frogs, but puts all this stuff together.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing, and I know Rob and Doddie have been friends since a young age. I did again the Ram Ride Across America with Rob, so know Rob. And when he approached me about this and putting a team together, I jumped at it. And it's all about the challenge, but it's also about the bonds that you have forged in rugby, in previous charity events, and making new bonds on this experience. And it's going to be a special 48 hours.
I love it. How do you prepare for 24 hours?
Oh, 48 hours.
40 hours.
Well, it's different to challenges I've been doing over the last couple of years where I'm training to do an Ironman. So yeah, totally out of my comfort zone, but you got to sit 6 hours, 7 hours on bike rides. Because we're doing this as a relay, it's about doing an hour, stopping for a couple of hours, doing another hour, stopping, and then go getting that lactic acid in your legs and then going again. So the training has been really quite hard to try and get that feeling. But most of it has been indoors. So as I said earlier, the elements of the Scottish Welsh weather in bloody February are going to take its toll. Like I'm sat here now in my gym. I've got the heater on. I've got the Netflix on the telly. I'm going to have none of that come the 9th, 10th and 11th of February.
What's the mood in Wales about this? Obviously, Six Nations and rugby for Wales is the main event. It's the only show in town. But how aware are people of the Doddie Cup and the foundation and what you guys are up to raise funds and awareness?
Yeah, they're really behind what we're doing, and for a great cause. The number of invites I've had to go to bars after we finish, who are going to put money into the pot and want us to talk about the charity. There's been about 15 people wanting to do that, and rightly so. Yeah, people are fully behind it. I know it's for a great cause and want to support us.
So talk me through, you've had your meeting about logistics. You've had 48 hours on and off the bike in a Winnebago that sleeps 6, but there's 7 of you. You arrive at the Principality.
After a big curry, you've got to get that in.
After a big curry. Are you getting to use the showers while the boys are playing and then you can freshen up? Or
no, we're going to Glamorgan Cricket Ground to wash and get ready, and then all head to the stadium as a group.
So rugby, play for 80 minutes, and then there's the third half. You're going to be on a bike for 48 hours. How long will the third half take with you boys?
Well, yeah, I think lots of the group are already talking about it before it's even done, and I think it's going to be their light at the end of the ride that gets them through the dark hours, and we'll see. There's a lot of them talking a big game, but if they get past 8 o'clock in the evening, I'll be very surprised. It's an early kickoff, isn't it? It's 2:15.
Yeah.
We arrive in Cardiff at 10ish. So yeah, there's quite a lot of time. So say 10 hours of getting ready, going to the game. I'm glad they've stopped the drinking after halftime in the stadium to give the group a bit of a rest, and hydration is key with other things. But yeah, it's all good fun.
I told my wife about that, and she asked if it was an April Fool. She said, "Is that fake news?"
Yeah, I know. I just think what's happened in the autumn, they've chosen to do that. But you also got to remember, the Welsh have been locked up for 2 years. I'm not making an excuse, and they were just really excited to get out again and support the boys. But yeah, it was only a few who didn't behave very well.
Yeah, same old story. So
yeah,
talking of misbehaviour, you've been around. You played in Wales. You played in England. You've been to France. You knocked quite a few people over. What's your thoughts on the current crop of boys?
Well, I'll go Scotland first. I think there's something special brewing there. I think they play a great style of rugby, and they're going to be very hard to beat. I'm really looking forward to the game this Saturday in Edinburgh, and hopefully you boys get a win. But yeah, it's exciting for Scottish rugby, and Gregor Townsend is doing something right there. Now I've finished playing and are watching rugby, where he plays that free-flowing style, ball in play. It's great to watch, but I'm glad I'm not playing anymore because I'd have to chase you boys around. Going on the Welsh squad, we've got a strong squad, as always. Injuries are going to be key, but our regions haven't been playing that well and performing. But something happens when the Welsh boys come and clubs and come together. Everybody writes us off, and we do pretty well. And if you look over history over the last 15 years, we have done and punched well above our weight. So I'm not writing us off at all. It's going to be a close game. And I'm going for a Wales win, but only just.
It's pretty special at Principality. You can see why Welshmen grow 6 inches taller and 3 seconds faster and all those things. What's it like now being a spectator? Are you good at it, or are you still a frustrated player?
I get quite vocal, but I enjoy the experience of being in the stadium with no real pressure on me. So, I mean, I wasn't a goal kicker or anything like that, but still playing for Wales, there is pressure on you. And I just, try and embrace it and make the most of being in that great stadium with the atmosphere, with the singing. It's a special place.
Who do you go with? Are you there working, or do you get to take the family, or do you go with old rugby mates?
It's a mixture of both, really. We've got a bar as ex-players in the basement of the stadium called the Rex Bar. We go in there. But usually with my wife, Mel, and my daughters are coming this time, so they're going to be seeing us arrive at Cardiff Castle. And then we're all going to go to the game as a family with the rest of the cyclists and crew.
That makes it pretty special. You're obviously looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Mel's much louder than me, so she's got a voice on her and loves rugby. We're from a rugby school. We were in school together. And she sings and shouts louder than anybody.
Right, I'm coming to the Principality first time. This is the first
What?
time I'm getting to go. Yeah, tell me about
Wow.
it. I've been in Cardiff on match day, but it's the first time I've had a ticket, and I cannot
Brilliant.
wait. Are you a roof open or roof closed guy?
Closed.
Closed.
Just because I don't know what it is on for the game, but it just keeps everything in. The noise is bouncing off the roof, and that's what you want. It's like a coliseum with a roof, and everything just hits off the walls. The singing as it echoes around the stadium. Yeah, you're going to be blown away, mate. It's superb, and as a visiting fan, I know you'll appreciate it, even though you're away from home. It's a great stadium.
Yeah, I cannot wait, and I really hope the roof's closed. Now, I love rugby. I love Welsh rugby. I love listening to Mac's voice. I quite often watch the opening ceremony at the World Cup because I just think it's hilarious. What's it like as a player, standing, hearing your anthem and being part of that? Do you get emotional, or are you switched on to the game? How did you prepare for it?
I haven't got great memories, not great memories. I haven't got detailed memories of my career, but I've got pictures that I look at, not regularly, but are on the wall. And there's a picture of me in line with the boys singing the anthem. And it does make you feel proud of being in that stadium, looking up at your family. And it's a special time, and it definitely lifts you a couple of percent, especially for the first 10 minutes.
I always wonder about this, and I've got a view on it, but I've never been the one stood in the middle of an international test match. when a Welsh rugby player is in the heat of the battle and the crowd pipe up "Bread of Heaven,"
Yeah.
do you get it? Does it lift?
If you're in the moment and play's flowing, you're not aware really of it. It's when there's stoppages, if there's a line out, if there's a scrum, that's where you hear the crowd. And that's what picks you up, especially if you're struggling and you're, excuse my French, blowing through your bum.
What was it like playing in France? Was that a culture shock, or was it just rugby on a different pitch?
Very relaxed training with regards to balls flying ever, loads of drop balls. I struggled if there was an away game. People mucked around a lot more than if it was a home game. So that took a while to adjust. Every week was a physical game. Very at that time, which was a while ago now, but they didn't mind what part of the body they grabbed in the bottom of a ruck. I'll just put it like that. And yeah, I enjoyed my time over there, but it took a while to get used to. The 2 hours off for lunch, where you were wanting to go to the bank shut for 2 hours. Or if you wanted to go to the estate agent because something wrong with your house, and you went there at 2, they were enjoying their lunch and didn't turn up till 3:30. But it's that lifestyle which you do get used to and have got to get used to, really.
So when you look at the French rugby team now, and Sean Edwards is involved with them, do you think they've got a chance to do something special this year?
Oh, I think that was a huge loss for Wales, him going to France. And it's exactly what France needed, with bringing more discipline to the team, structure. And with those two, they become a very dangerous team. They've got all the flair, skill in the world, but adding those 2 elements, they could go on and win the World Cup in 2023.
Yeah, they're pretty exciting. So come on, before we let you go, give us a prediction. Who's going to win the championship?
France.
France. And where will Wales finish?
3rd.
And Scotland?
2nd.
Oh, wow, what a championship we're in line for.
Yes, it is. It is. I mean, these predictions never come right, but that's how I see it going with autumn campaign, and how the regions or clubs are playing coming into it. But international rugby is very usually fine margins, and discipline is going to be huge again this year. So it's an exciting time, and really looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Alex, I really appreciate you joining, and being on your bike just makes me laugh. You're absolutely off your chump, but I love it. So give us a rallying call for the foundation, for the finish to DoddieAid, for the Doddie Cup, and for your crazy cycle.
Oh, just please get behind. Even if it's a couple of pounds, every penny goes towards a charity that is seriously trying to make a difference and find a cure for motor neuron disease. It's lots of people outside of rugby who are struggling with this, and it will make a huge difference to them, their families, and the ripple effect from there will be amazing. So please get behind us, boys, women. Are really getting into a tough challenge, and we want to make as many thousands as possible. So awesome. Please support.
Alex, you're an absolute gentleman. Thank you very much. Keep going, keep training, and I'm hoping I might see if I can come and join you for a poppadom or 2 when you get up here.
No problem. If you can recommend, are you Edinburgh? Do you live in Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Okay. if you know of a good couriers that will welcome us, we could do some tweets about where we're eating. They could chuck some money in the pot for Doddie. That'd be superb.
Right, nice one. I'm on it. That's a
Brilliant.
challenge I can accept. I will take that challenge. Alex, all
Brilliant.
the very best. Thank you. Great
Thank
to see you.
Thank you very much.
You got to love that guy. Doing a podcast, an interview on his bike, training for a 500-mile cycle, all in the name of his daft pal, Doddie Weir. Folks, please get involved. You heard him. Every penny counts. If whatever you can give, be there to support and see them off at Murrayfield, see them to welcome them into Wales, and the Doddie Cup's going to just go off. And you just heard there's 15 bars of said, come and see us after the game. It must be like shooting fish in a barrel. Get yourself there, get involved, chuck some pennies in, and see these great people doing great things for a great cause. My name is Bruce Aitchison. My happiness is egg-shaped for Big Doddie. We're almost there. This is DoddieAid all January and the first bit of February, wrapping up with the Doddie Cup in Cardiff. I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon.